So before you can start the fight, you'll need to come up to Upper Relude Gardens in Juneau, and you'll need to come to this location and talk to Vanessa. She's the one that will give you the key item that will allow you to get into the fight. You also return here after the fight and turn in the items you receive, and she could possibly give you multiple rewards. Keep in mind there is a 5-day lockout on this fight, so you can do this fight every 5 days. So when you get to this dialogue, choose the Spire of Vaults. You will need the Censer of Acrimony as the key item. Okay, now we're ready to go. Let's talk about gear real quick and equipment that you may use. So this is a level 50 cap fight, so make sure you bring all your level 50 cap gear. You'll want, basic gear, the pet's going to be doing most of the work, but you do want some jugs, some tuna sushi for pet accuracy. You'll definitely want the pet food Delta. That's the level 48 food. You will need to heal the pet during the fight. And then the sheep is probably the most powerful. It's the Lullaby Melodia. And before I forget, you need to be at least on Chains of Permathia, the 3 Paths mission, before this quest is available to be activated. So in order to get to the battlefield entrance, we need to go through the Spire of Vaults. So go ahead and pull up the region menu. I went to the Conquest map, and you'll need to go to the Fargondi region, Bucidine Glacier. So if you have that outpost warp, awesome. That's what I have, but we'll need to make our way over to the new tower. So I've warped into the area. Here's the map. See where it says Piogia, with the new. That's the tower we need to enter into. So from the outpost, you'll need to kind of wind yourself back and forth up to that tower entrance. Okay, now we're inside the tower. So you'll just need to progress over on the left-hand side as you come down. I called my sheep already. And I'm high enough level, nothing aggro's in here. But if you're level 50, you may gain some aggro. So go ahead and go through the door, and then you'll want to take the elevator down. The elevator, nothing aggro's on the elevator, so don't worry about it. But then just wrap around to this door here, and this is the entrance to vaults. So it says warp to the Ponderer. That'll take you to the floor where the boss fight is at. So go ahead and go in, and this is where it will begin the level 50 cap. So go ahead and slap on all your level 50 gear if you don't already have that set up. But here's the map. So we zoned in at this upper left-hand corner, and we need to work our way down to the Spire of Vaults, which is that pink door. So everything's true sound in this area, so just manipulate your way around all the monsters. If you've done the COP missions, you've done this before, where you just have to walk and avoid the aggro, and then you make your way to the entrance. If something does aggro you, you can sick your pet on it and then run. If you come sub-ninja, you have shadows, so that'll help too. Okay, we zoned into the Spire of Vaults, and here you can go ahead and rest up, and then I would call your sheep. Your call beast is on a 5-minute timer, so if, you may need to call a second beast inside the fight, so have that ready to go. Also, don't forget to change your macros around. I'm going to change the equipment and the weapon skill for level 50, just because I need to make sure that my pet food Delta is in there, and then the reward equipment is the right level. Also, if you don't know already, Beast Pet 1 will activate Lamb Chop, which is like the sheep's headbutt move or whatever, and then make sure that your weapon skill is Raging Axe. When you're ready, step up to the door and choose Pulling the Plug. You'll then go ahead and enter the battlefield. So you may notice this is a different armor set, and I don't have my sheep. I actually died the first run, so learn from my mistake. This is the second run. So I got to call the sheep now and then wait on the timer. It's a 5-minute timer. So if you can call the sheep before you get into the entrance to the battlefield, but then go ahead and buff up. You'll use your food, a re-raise item, cast Utsusemi, and then you'll want to engage the boss. Keep in mind that there is a 30-minute timer on this fight, so if you do die, you got time to recover. But the reason I died was because I got too close. So you want to target the center ball and just put your pet on it. So if you get too close, it does like an AoE pushback move that really does a lot of damage. It does like 200 or 300 damage per hit. So Utsusemi will help block that. But I'm just going to go ahead and, heal my pet so it follows me, and then target the ball, get within range. It'll say too far away if you're too far away, obviously. But then go ahead and sick it, and then after a little bit of damage, you'll see 3 balls pop up. It's blue, a teal, and a green. The teal is this color in the back here, and that is the one you want the sheep to beat on and defeat. That teal one will allow the boss to be able to take physical damage. So as soon as you click fight, run all the way back to the entrance, to the door. You have to be this far away, otherwise you get hit. So this is why I died the first time, because I wasn't far enough away. But as long as the pet is auto-attacking, I'm trying to give you a good vantage point with the camera so you can see that the pet's kind of chasing that teal ball around and is auto-attacking. You can also look if you have the add-on up for enemy damage, and you can see that the sheep is whittling the HP of that ball down. So I do think Sub Ninja is the best for this fight, because after you defeat this first teal ball, it'll spawn an empty monster, and you need the extra damage from dual wield to be able to kill it fast enough. I was successful one time as a white mage sub because I used Re-Raise and Dia. The fight was much longer, and I had to stop and reset because I died in the middle. But once the ball is dead, it's pretty close, the empty will spawn and, aggro you, so make sure shadows are up. So as soon as you see it starting to come for you, you'll want to use the heal command to get your pet next to you. And before you engage, make sure you target it and then hit the fight command so that your pet starts auto-attacking first. You'll need the pet to get the first hit so it keeps hate or threat. You can then spam the lamb chop button, the pet TP move. That way it'll further gain hate. But you'll want to heal your pet with the pet food item when you notice its HP is getting low. This is very important. You need to keep your pet healthy, and the reward has a 3-minute timer on it. If the empty does kill your pet at this point, turn your back to the empty, try to keep shadows up, but then use your call beast button again. Once you call in a new pet, you can then use the fight command and then the pet TP command to gain threat back before you start attacking. You want to let your pet do the tanking, and you want to try to avoid as much damage as possible. Also, if you are going to die, this is probably the best spot, is up near the door. That way you can re-raise, call beast, rest, regain, reset, and then both the ball and the monster will be in the middle of the arena. So you would just fight the empty monster, bring it back to this door location, beat it down till it's dead, and then rest afterwards. So we successfully beat the empty monster, and my pet has like 5% health left. So I'm going to use the stay command to heal my pet, and then I'm also going to heal the character. I've still got 24 minutes on the fight, so I'm going to jump ahead to where everything's fully rested. Use the heal command so that your pet is now active for battle. Run up to the center ball, and you'll just want to click fight, and then put your pet on it. I would recommend that you don't engage the ball. I just decided to stay back and let the pet do the work. So here I'm using the lamb chop move, pet TP1, and then I'm just going to get out of range. You will see that the ball is doing the AoE move where it pushes you back. It draws you in and pushes you back, so it's annoying. If you just let the pet do the work, you can stand back, and it's pretty simple. So I'm going to speed this part up. All I'm doing is I'm running in when the pet TP move is available. Every 45 seconds you can use lamb chop. Make sure you keep your Utsusemi shadows up just in case it does the empty seed. I think it eats 1 or 2 shadows, so just do that to avoid damage. And then when your pet move is ready, you can run up within range and then use your pet TP move. Like I said, just be careful. And then it should eventually die. It took like 2 or 3 minutes, I think, of the pet beating on it, and then it was done. Hey, check out another video over here. I've got Amazon links down in the description. If you like the content and want to help support the channel at no extra cost, use those links. I really appreciate it. Any other questions or comments, put below. Thanks.